Candid camera, you're live.
Mm.
All right, let's see if anybody recognizes that we're live. Oh, Karen has coffee. I want some of that. Okay, so for those of you that are prayerful folks, we could use some help with the weather here in Vermont. I'm hosting a large barbecue in a few hours, and I need for the sun to come out. Let's see, we're not. It says we're live, but I'm not seeing anybody yet, and we're late, so. There we go. All right. Starting to roll in. So let's I changed the name of the page. I promise it's the last time. We are now the Working Happy Mom, which backs up to the brand pivot to Apply Happiness. We also have Applying Happiness on Facebook, which has about 200,000 or 300,000 people following it. That is more centered towards kind of a work like communication and leadership. And so you'll see more things going that way. This page is really for all the ladies and whoever else, but this is more just life, I suppose, life, happiness, and inspiration. So to that end, how's everyone doing with our challenge? I did my 3 days. I'm hoping to do today's. I'm not sure about today, but tomorrow, hopefully, before we have to go to this graduation, I should be outside doing a no rain dance. I'm watching the rain as I'm talking, and everything's getting wet out there that we set up for this party. All right, so God's gonna give me some sunshine.
That's right.
So I did my 3. How about you guys? I don't know whoever's playing. Anybody want to report in the comments? We are doing a one of the ways to make yourself happier, and we are doing the research ourselves to see if it tracks, is to do a minimum of 3 days of 30 minutes of cardio a week. And it is scientifically proven to elevate your happiness. So I tasked everybody with doing the challenge with me and we're tracking it in our smaller group. I would say that am I happier this week? I'm not unhappier. I definitely got more done, and I definitely felt more on purpose than I have in probably months. So that I think is a direct reflection of doing that. And personally, I'd like to be at 5 days a week. So I'm working on that. How about, I don't know, any of you, Tracy, Karen, Tracy, you work out all the time anyway, so.
Yeah, I started a new program because I really feel like I'm in a rut at the gym that I go to, and I think I'm going to just change completely. I think I'm not in the space right now to pick things up and put them down. You know, I've done that for so many years of just the grunt and the grind and the I call it the rat gym, and so I'm ready for movement and yoga and Tabata, and I may sign up for dancing. And I'm noticing that getting on my mini tramp, it's just a whole different feeling for me, and I'm really enjoying that.
Nice. Karen, what about you?
Comments. No, I got one in. I still have 2 days left.
Karen!
Okay.
It's the honest truth.
You could walk bagel for 30 minutes and
that I've done, but I really don't consider that. I have to go to the gym.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, we're just saying cardio. So
I'm done. I do that every day.
Good job, Andrea.
Right. I'm outside.
Nice.
All the time.
Andrea got her 3 in. Janet got her 3 in.
Yep.
All right. Yep. Good work, ladies. Nice job. Okay, so given that we're tracking on happiness these days, appreciation and gratitude is an excellent way to increase and elevate your happiness in general and daily. So we're going to challenge you to get a journal, a new one. Go get a new one. And we're going to call this your appreciation journal. And we'll go 30 days at a time because that seems better than telling you let's do it for 6 months. So it's time to really look around every day and see what you appreciate. And when this becomes most important is on a day like today where it looks to me, from what I can see, that everything is not working the way that I need it to. And so I'm looking to see what can I appreciate. Abraham Hicks and Esther Hicks call this an appreciation rampage. And they say, you know, at any given moment, you can go on an appreciation rampage to kind of elevate your mood. And I'm saying, let's go on an appreciation rampage for 30 days. And what that means is, like, really, maybe you put it on your calendar, like that 3 times a day, you just stop what you're doing and write in your journal some things that you appreciate. And appreciation is, Karen, want to read us what the definition is? Do you still have it up?
Yep. Appreciation involves recognizing and valuing someone's contributions, focusing on acknowledging the person rather than just their accomplishments. It's a sense of gratitude and respect. It doesn't need to be just a person either.
Right. It can be a thing. So appreciation is a deeper form of gratitude, in my opinion. It means that I'm not just saying, oh, thank you for holding the door for me. It's like, I'm appreciating that you're a person that was brought up in a way that showed you, you know, to open the door for others or hold the door for someone, or, you know, it's like tracking on the whole thing, not just in that moment. So it's like, I appreciate the people that built this house that I live in. I appreciate the care that they took when they poured the foundation. I appreciate the care that they took when they built the walls and put the roof on. I appreciate that this house has been able to withstand several storms so far with no damage. I appreciate that it is going to stop raining and that the sun is going to come out. And I appreciate that the furniture will dry outside before everyone comes for this barbecue. So you see, you can use it forwards and backwards, okay? And that's a little trick. You can appreciate the future and how you want things to turn out, which is in essence directing your consciousness in that way. You can appreciate things that have occurred in the past, including things that have already happened behind you, which we've taught you. The reframe is a very powerful tool. So with appreciation, you are able to move backwards and forwards in time in your life and appreciate all the various components of everything that's happening and everything that you want to see happen. So you can appreciate in advance for the way that you want things to go. You can appreciate past for things that have been. You can even appreciate situations that seemed like they didn't turn out the way that you want, and you could appreciate that the good from those situations is now showing itself. You can appreciate that the forgiveness that has to occur in those situations is now happening. You see, you can use this as kind of a malleable tool for whatever you need for it to do. And so what I'd like to do is task us for the next 30 days, including myself. This is a really good task if you're also in the middle of transition, or if you're in the middle of like being frustrated with the way that things are in the moment, because appreciation sort of drops you to your knees and allows you to have grace in the moment for like what you have and how far you've come, and then allows you to picture where you want to go. So appreciation is, we'll call it a happiness salve that we can apply to everything. You guys Tracy, want to say something about how appreciation can work or does work for you?
Yeah, I feel like appreciation for me is a little more vulnerable. Like, to say thank you to somebody for holding the door, it's so basic, right? It's just,
Yep.
Yeah, thank you. You know, appreciation makes me personally stop. And I often, if I end a phone call with a customer service rep or somebody that's helping me with a project at work or something, I just tell them, like, I really appreciate your time. Or in an email, I'll say, it was really great to talk to you. Thank you for taking the time. I appreciate your insight. I really have been intentional about taken that extra step, because for me, it just brings the relationship a little bit more closer. You know, there's a sense of honesty and a truth in that, just in that word.
You just said something that's key. You said relationship. Appreciation actually brings relationship. Whereas gratitude, gratitude, I hate to say it, is such a buzzword now. And, and just like mindful has become a buzzword, unfortunately. And so as we work to teach you about happiness, we're looking for ways to recommunicate some of these basic things in a new and different way, because it isn't just gratitude. It's not just mindfulness. It's not, because when people hear buzzwords, they go, oh, I already know what that means. And the truth is, a lot of us don't really deeply know what these things mean, because if we did, we'd be euphoric every single day, because there would be no reason not to be. And I'm sure, including me, that we are not euphoric every single day. I'm sure that we are not leaping out of bed every single day going, woohoo, another opportunity here on the planet to have a great day. I promise you we're not. Maybe some days we are. And so what I want to do with the rest of the time here I have on the planet as I approach 56, I've decided that what I want my work to be is to show you deeply all of these tools that you can use in your own life to be happier every single day.
Yeah.
And so appreciation, to Tracy's point, creates relationship between myself or yourself and whomever or whatever has made the contribution to you.
Yeah.
It's not just a simple like, oh, I love my house, it's nice. It's like, wow, I appreciate all the people that came to work on this house when they were building it, and whatever they had to do to get themselves here, in whatever weather they had to, go through here in Vermont to build this home. You see, that's a much deeper looking, it's a much deeper interaction, even if it's just in your mind. And remember, all time exists at the same time. So your deep appreciation of things, both past and future, is lining up all the timing to better serve where you want to go.
Yeah.
Okay. Especially when we're appreciating the past and maybe things that we didn't necessarily like the way that they turned out. And so when we can get into a state of appreciation for the people that we divorced or that left us or that were abusive or whatever the case may be. And by the way, this does not mean you need to talk to them or see them or look at them or anything like that. What it means is that you're finding a way inside yourself to appreciate something about what that taught you. Because the truth is, what brought you here to today, all of that contributed to where you are right now today. So although we may have had adverse experiences behind us, they made us what we are, and they brought us to where we are. And so there is appreciation for that, because damn, you're a whole hell of a lot smarter than you were at 20. And if you're in your 20s, you're smarter than you were at 10.
Yeah. So
you know?
Yep.
So, Christy says she appreciates us getting up. Thank you, Christy. Today was a bit of a challenge. They were texting me at 8:27 saying, where are you? What's happening? I'm like, I'm coming. It's a challenging morning seemingly here. So appreciation gives you the juice to keep going, right? I promise you, if you take time several times throughout the day to get into real appreciation about a person, place, or thing, it will change how you are in the moment.
Yeah.
It will allow you to move around the present moment, and then that allows you to move around where you're going. We talked I'm teaching an advanced prosperity course for 7 weeks, and Thursday night was our third session. And I spoke to them about you know, when you have something that presents here, the skill and the mastery is not to respond to what is presenting right here. It's to respond to the way that you want it to go. Because, of course, your response in the moment gives you more of the same. So if this has presented itself and I don't like it, and I start to get pissed about it and get emotional about it and get angry about it, then guess what? The next moment is going to bring me more of this. If I have this and I don't like it, however, I can school myself to say, okay, it looks like this right now, and how I want this to go is I want it to turn out, and I want this to be a great day, and I want, you know, and so if I can go that way, then that will give me more of what I want to see happen. You know, versus what I see happening right this minute. Karen, I think you might have had some experiences with this, right?
Yeah. Well, first of all, I don't wake up every day thrilled. I really have
I'm gonna start calling her at 6 o'clock in the morning and singing.
I just don't wake up excited. You can tell I have a monotone voice. So I mean, I have to do this every day. And when the days I don't do the appreciation and the gratitude, it's an off day. And then I think, why is it an off day? Oh, I didn't do this in the morning. So this is just part of my morning routine now that I've had to learn recently. But to Noelle's point about appreciation of the past, I've recently, like in a work setting, I've had the same type of person, a boss, or not really a boss, but a person I worked with show up over and over again, literally had the same name, like same, whatever. So I don't want that person to show up anymore in my next work life and setting. So I started appreciating and showing gratitude and praise to those individuals, even though I don't really like them. And I think the chapter is closed. Like, I'm good. I have moved on. But you really, for that person to stop showing up over and over again, you see it, and everyone sees it in different facets of their life. You have to do that and really put in that work. So in my journal, in the next 30 days, I'm going to continue putting that person in every day so they don't show up again in a different form.
Nice. Yeah, appreciation is definitely the way to get yourself out of a situation that is adverse or seemingly adverse, or that you don't like, or get you away from a person that you don't like. Because of course we've talked about that, you know, hating on someone and disliking them strongly and all of that is a way to marry, you know, you marry that thing to yourself and it sticks to you like glue. So definitely appreciation. Appreciation just, it helps you get to joy, and given that what we put out is what we get back, it's going to help other people appreciate you as well. And you know, it's a way for you to give, like to Tracy's point, it's a way for you to give of yourself. Appreciation means that I recognize the value in you, or the value in this place, or the value in this thing. I recognize that you contributed to me. You men that built my house, you contributed to me. You didn't even know me. You still don't know me. You'll never know me. But your workmanship contributed to, you know, the fact that I'm able to host a party today for my son's girlfriend for her graduation, because her family doesn't live here and she's graduating from college in Vermont. So we're hosting 15 people I've never met. And, you know, we're able to do that. And we have this home because those men came to work for the construction company that they worked for and the builder that they worked for. And, you know, we don't think like that. We walk into a building, we walk into a place, you know, we don't think like, wow, a crew came to work here and, you know, and they tackled whatever they had to tackle to get here every day to build this building, to build this house, to build this whatever. We don't, appreciation allows us to think out bigger than how we normally think, right? it allows us to open ourselves up to be vulnerable and humble, and to see value in other people. So it's an opportunity for you to go beyond just regular old gratitude. And gratitude's great. And if you're, haven't been doing any of this, gratitude is a great place to start. Appreciation is a deeper form of gratitude. Janet's reminding us that we take things for granted. Christy's reminding us that situations we don't like will always pass. So yeah, it's just an opportunity for you to go a little bit deeper into gratitude. Appreciation is a deeper form of gratitude. So we're challenging you, and I'm challenging myself to, I got a new journal. It's upstairs. It's ready to go. I got lots of things to say this morning I can put in there to help reframe what's happening. And it's just an opportunity for you to go deeper. And Tracy's reminding us that appreciation allows us to share our hearts, express gratitude for the value we find in others, and to speak praise to other people. And you know what? People bask in appreciation. Like, because most of the culture does not take time to appreciate anything, those of us that are out there running an appreciation rampage on our lives, you're going to contribute and elevate a lot of people. And that's a wonderful thing.
Yeah. Could you imagine what that would feel like, right? To come at you, right? If somebody said, oh my gosh, I really appreciate that. You're like, you kind of get this, you get all pumped up and you're like, wow, really? It was, and you think that it was nothing because it was easy for you to do, but they really, really appreciated that. You're like, wow. Yeah. So to be able to be that trajectory in someone else's life.
It changes lives for you to be kind, and for you to appreciate, and for you to be generous, and for you to give. And as we go, as we get deeper into our study of happiness and talking about happiness, I'm going to be writing about it, teaching about it, all of that. That is where we're headed. And it comes to my attention that most of the world is not happy. There are rising rates of depression and all kinds of other statistics. And it is, honest to God, not that hard to be happy if you understand that there are tools, and you actually have to apply them, and you actually have to change your behavior, and you can change very small things and get a large result from that. And so we're just gonna keep talking about this. And a great way to start this conversation with you, it was the exercise last week. We're keeping up with that. 30 minutes a day, 3 times a week. We are all doing our own experiment on if, in fact, it elevates our happiness levels over the long term. And now we're going to introduce this praise journal and ask you to just take a praise break 2 or 3 times a day and jot something into your journal or speak it to somebody. And then, keep track. If you are praising people aloud and you are doing it in person, that's fantastic. Just jot in your journal how that is. At the end of the day, how was it to focus several times a day on actually praising, on actually having to find something to praise?
Yeah.
I promise you can find something to praise in every moment. You can praise the flowers that are growing. My lilacs are blooming. There is always something to be grateful for. There is always something that you can praise. There is always something that you can give. And we'll get into that in weeks to come. However, praise is you giving of yourself. It is you doing an act of kindness to extend praise to someone or something that has contributed to you. And you are acknowledging its value, which puts you in a receivership of having received the value, which when you receive something, it makes you vulnerable. Like Tracy said, it makes you a little bit humble because you received something. All of these things help you to open up and expand yourself to others. Because let me tell you, I've been studying happiness solidly for 2 years now before I've stepped out with all of this. And the number one thing that elevates people's happiness over the long term is your relationships with other people. Your relationships with other people. It is not the money. It is not the stuff. It is not the house you live in or the car you drive or the job you have. It is the way that you are in relationship with others. And everybody needs a lot of work on this, because wherever I go, this is what I see. I see people in a room full of other humans and they are stuck to their phone. I see people using AI to communicate heartfelt messages to other humans. AI is great and it has its place, but it will not take the place of humanity. Humanity is not going to go out of style. Mm-hmm. Humanity is not going to go out of style. I have news. And those of us that are older, it's our job to educate the people behind us on the soft skills that they are somewhat lacking because of this. And this is a great tool because it's allowing me to reach you. You know, all the technology is allowing us to get this message out to a much larger platform than I would have been able to 20 years ago. So I appreciate all of the things that technology brings to us. And I am a stand that we here are going to talk about how humanity is not going out of style. And we are going to remind people that things like thank you cards, like Christy just said, and little gifts in the actual mail, yes, mail, snail mail, where we use a stamp, and the postal service. Okay? So, you know, everybody requires help to understand about engaging. The people that were raised a lot with technology, they don't have the skill. It's not necessarily that they're rude. They don't know. They weren't taught. So it's your job. If you see that, it's our job, in my opinion, to start attempting to engage people and create relationship with them and say, hey, I'm actually in front of you right now. Hello. You know? Mm-hmm. And because instead of posting about the wonderful experience you're in, and I'm guilty of this too, like I'm in the experience, I can post the damn photos later.
Right.
You know, I mean, so just everybody recognize that the one thing that will bring you value for your whole life, no matter how old you are or where you go, is your relationship with other people. And so it's time for us to really start digging into that. I wrote an article for Forbes about how humanity is not going out of style, and I think it'll be published soon. And so we'll share that with you. I'm going to keep speaking to this because we've got to be in relationship with others, and praise is a great way to get that started.
Yeah.
So praise is a great way for us to ignite that fire in people. So, you know, and if people are like, oh my God, she's always saying thank you and she's always so happy and good.
Yeah.
Good. Let that be the thing they talk about you behind your back. Let them say you're so damn happy and you're annoying. Good. That's good. Yeah. Let them be annoyed with you because you actually love your life. So go out and praise some people today. Find some things you can praise. There's lots of graduations this weekend. There's lots of things happening. Let's get into some deeper forms of gratitude, i.e. appreciation. And let us go out and appreciate the hell out of everything this week and come back with your report. We'll be anxious to hear what you have to share.
Yeah.
So I think next weekend is Memorial Day weekend. I will be here. I'll be here doing the show. And if Tracy and Karen want to join me, I really think the only time that we won't be on, because I said we were going to issue a summer schedule, but the more I think about it, the more I think we just need to keep doing the show. So probably the only time I won't be on is the weekend of June 14th and 15th, because we have to go to a graduation in Boston, and I'm not sure what the Wi-Fi situation is going to be. Other than that, you can count us to be here. and bringing you whatever we can think of to help make your life happier on the daily. Daily moments of joy will come from daily moments of appreciation, by the way. So get a journal, start appreciating the hell out of everything, and come back here ready to report to us next Saturday morning.
There we go.
We hope you have a great week. Bye, you guys.
Bye.